rolling. I'm rolling. So, okay, we're rolling. This is the Student Technology Center. Hi, Dad.
Thank you. Okay.
This is a piece of paper that I'd like you to kind of take with you today, and if you, Roberta, if you can think of any kind of workshops that you can think of that would help us or help people that you work with, just write it on a piece of paper, leave it on the desk up here, and or if there's other comments, that just helps us for later on. So the Student Tech Center is really about application support and training. So the way you would think about whether you wanted to refer someone to our desk, you would be listening to what they're saying they need help with, looking for words like, I'm having problems with my, and this next word, whatever they say, would be the one that would help you figure it out. But generally, if they're mentioning some kind of application like Word or Excel or Photoshop, if they say, on the other hand, I need help with my computer, you got to listen a little bit longer because there's going to be some kind of a clue that's going to help you get to the right place. I also have a document where I've put down some other places that would help with computers, because we're actually like a subgroup of A2S in a way. A2S is this bigger group that deals with all kinds of technical issues on campus, and we deal with application support and training. So, for instance, if you were going to need equipment for a long period of time, you'd want to go to classroom services, and I put their extension down on the piece of paper so you have it as a reference. We have equipment that we check out and that we actually help people with just to kind of get them started with their projects, but it's really more geared towards getting whatever you're doing done or helping you learn how to use the equipment. So that's more of the focus. For instance, if you want some software that's available through work-at-home licenses, you'd want to call Software Services, that's Susan down there, or SPSS, which is free for students. If you've got problems with your account or viruses, then you're going to want to call the help desk. And if there's like lab issues that you need a report or let somebody know. And another one that's really common for students now is, because we've started the P counter and we charge, if they had a problem and their printout didn't work, then the help desk can actually help people get their money back. So I've got that on a sheet for you for later, but I'm going to take you on an 8-minute exercise to kind of demonstrate what we do with people and how it integrates with their software. So have any of you guys used the public scanner to scan to the S drive before? No? Let's show you how to do this. Okay, so the instructions are right up here. This is a regular paper scanner, but we had a network card put in it, and it's programmed to scan straight to the S drive. And so all you have to do is press the scan button here, click on the login, and the hardest part is this, getting your fingers as big as they are to fit on the little thing. So you want to put in your regular user login name, just like you do for email. So click on the OK button. And then you put in your password, and if you need to shift a key up, press the shift key once, and then the next character you hit will be up shifted. So this is hard enough without having people watch you do it. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay. So once you've logged in with your username and password, you'll want to press the public scanner, and you can see right here, this is the UNC, the universal name that the network's going to put it at. I'll give you a piece of paper with it written on it so you can get to it. But once you do that, it'll put it up on the network in a place that anybody that's logged in on campus on any machine can get to it. So in this particular instance, what we ended up doing is we're helping a student scan in a book, and this isn't like an 8.5 by 11 or any normal page size. So what we did is we said, okay, let's go to the scan settings right here, choose the largest size paper you can find, which is 11 by 17 on the scan bed. And it's doing it in the landscape orientation. So then what you can do is just put the book, the first page of your article, and push it right up to the top left. And then just press the green button. Don't look into the light. And don't look into the light. And just keep changing the page and keep scanning until you're done. Once you finish that, you can do the part that you want to end that process, just so, because it waits a certain amount of time so you can do more pages, is just push this pound key and you'll want to log out right there. Okay, so let's go over here and I'll show you guys the next part. Okay, so I told you I would give you a piece of paper that had some of those phone numbers on it, and the steps that we did, up until this point, we're using the scanner that's listed, the first listing. These are my biggest group yet. Okay, and then the next part is really the application part. So we scanned that document to a really large size, and what you can do is, once you've scanned something on that device, if you go to the start button and you type // and essentially what we're going to do is type in this UNC right here, this Universal Naming Convention name right there. So // MSFS class 1 /. And because I've typed it already before, it's already up here, I'm just going to click on here. But this will bring up all the documents that were scanned to that location. If there's a lot of them, and hopefully, I mean, we try to delete them as much as possible, but sometimes there gets to be a few. You can click on the modified date, and it'll put them in the last scan number, so yours will be at the top. And so at this point, you just slide it to the desktop and drop it. I've already done that with this already once. So the next thing, if you're on one of our computers here, we have Adobe Acrobat Pro. So when you double click on a PDF, it opens it up in this full version. And the nice thing about the full version is you can actually modify the PDF document. And so you can see here on the left-hand side and at the bottom, there's black space. That was where I left the lid open and scanned it in. But to get it down to the right side, I'm going to want to just have it be this area. So this next section here kind of walks through the steps of doing that. If you go to the View menu, and then under Tools, select Pages. This gives you your page options inside the program. And we're going to use the cropping tool and just highlight the area we want it to crop down to and press your Enter key once. This brings you into the cropping menu, and all I do here is click on, tell it the page range is going to be every page in the document. And once you do that, it just snaps all that black stuff right out of your document. And at this point, if you were to actually go and print and tell it that you wanted 2 sides and landscape orientation, it prints out like this. And the nice thing about this is that at this point, if you just fold it in half like that, it reads just like a book. And so that's my 8-minute presentation about.
And how many copyright laws did we just violate?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that this particular book was written by me.